I felt I was being given the flag to carry into battle, you know? Lead the charge. Fuck you. So, I already said, they really don't know me, do they? Because they would not be asking me to attend this thing. Because I speak English fluently, and I don't think they think I do. So, so I worked on my speech, I rehearsed my speech, 2 weeks of prep on the thing, did research, I was ready for battle, and I walked in, and they said to me, so my manager said, so, you got a suit? And I said, what for? Somebody died? He said, oh no, you're going to Washington, everybody wears a suit. I said, dude, this is my father's suit. This is how I dress, this is what I wear. And I went in with a cut-off t-shirt, snakeskin boots, and a cut-off denim jacket, and mascara. You're welcome. Because I have your guy liner on. And I went in there, and they just were not ready for me. They thought they'd make a fool out of me. If you watch the footage, they did not. And I like to think I did some serious damage that day, along with John Denver and along with Frank Zappa. God bless their souls, both of them passed away. And you know, but it was not a great experience. As I walked out, a reporter stuck a microphone in my face and said, "How you feeling?" And the word that shot out of my mouth, without thinking, was dirty. Because I grew up thinking somehow that maybe there was smart people, good people, important people watching out for us in Washington, and it's been pretty much proven out they ain't smart, they ain't good, and they ain't watching out for us. We're fucked. I'm not anti-American, I'm a patriot, but damn, it's disappointing when you see it up close and personal. It's really disappointing. And after that thing, yeah, I did some damage. My mail was checked, my packages were inspected, my phone was tapped. Why? Because I stood up for the First Amendment, because I spoke up and defended myself against accusations that were bullshit. It's fucked up. But never stop fighting, never stop fighting, never fucking stop fighting. Remember that.
There's 2 questions here from us about Strangeland, then we'll take it to the audience. First question about Strangeland. Where did you come up with the concept? When I heard the horror icon sort of helped you along.
Yeah. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Okay, so Strangeland. The original inspiration for Strangeland came from watching Leprechaun and Chucky. To me, that was the doldrums of horror films. To see a dwarf and a doll actually being a threat to human beings was just mind-numbing. I remember sitting, screaming out loud at the TV, just like my father used to do, "It's a doll! Step on it!" All right, and that's the end of Chucky. I mean, it's a dwarf, you kick it, thank you, just like, I see them throw them sometimes. Okay, I don't think Peter Dinklage could beat me up. That's his name, right, Peter Dinklage? Anyway, but, and I said, there's gotta be something better than this. And I remember I'd written these 2 songs on the Stay Hungry album called Captain Howdy and Street Justice, which were a story about a really fucked up guy who does some fucked up things. I go, that's my inspiration here. I started writing the movie. But I wrote it as a really typical slasher movie. Very derivative and very, I mean, I loved it because I love slasher films. But it was everything you've seen before. Tom Savini, the great Tom Savini, was a personal friend of mine. We'd done a video called Be Cruel to Your School together, we became friends. I said, Tom, I got this movie, I want you to read it, we're going to do special effects, and I'm going to start it, it's going to be great, it's called Strangeland. And he's like, all right, let me read it. And he reads it, and he calls me up, he goes, Dee, I read the script. I said, what do you think? He goes, it sucks. Now, honestly, only a true friend will be honest. People just yes you to death and tell you bullshit, and if you put off, of course, you want to hear it's great. But a true friend's going to tell you the truth, and I respected Tom. I'm like, it sucks. He goes, dude, come see me in Pittsburgh. We'll sit down and we'll talk about it. I'll explain it to you. So I literally got on a train, went to Pittsburgh, I lived on Long Island, and I hung out with Tom for a night, and we talked about it. And he just went through the whole script. Excuse me. He told me why. It was so derivative, and it was just typical, and it had been done before. You got to come up with something new. side story of hanging out with Tom in Pittsburgh. This is where he's from. So we're up, and it's about 2 in the morning at Tom's house, and Tom says, "Oh, I gotta get some from the shop." Okay. So where's the shop? He goes, it's a walking distance, and he's got his special effects shop nearby. So we're walking through the streets of Pittsburgh, like 2 in the morning. We get to his shop, and he goes, "Oh, it's up in the attic." I'm like, okay, so we go up in the attic. And of course, the light doesn't work in the attic. So I'm like, oh, okay, the light doesn't work. So Tom's like, here, we've got flashlights. So now we're walking through Tom Savini's special effects makeup attic with our flashlights, and we're shining lights on every body part imaginable, just piles of body parts. And then he goes, "Oh, here it is, this head, I need this head." Still, I don't know why I didn't even thought like this. He's fucking playing me, this motherfucker. So now, he goes, "Come on, let's go." And you want to carry? Okay, so now we're walking through the streets of Pittsburgh, carrying a head with Tom Savini down the street that he had to have at 2 in the morning. He never explained that to me, but that's Tom Savini. So back to Strangeland. So on that long train ride back, I started to re-examine and said, well, look, you know, he's right. This is derivative. It's been done before. What hasn't been done? And I started analyzing horror and analyzing what it has always been. At that point, it always has been people's fear of being chased and of dying. In every slasher film, people are chased and they die. And that's the worst. That's the worst. And what's worse than being chased? Being helpless. Not being able to run. And what's worse than dying? Suffering. And that was the beginning of Strangeland. I said, okay, I'm going to reinvent the wheel here and just have people suffer and be helpless. And Strangeland was born, and so was the torture genre, the first film to get an R for scenes of torture. So you're welcome. Again.
Alrighty, who has a question?
Good afternoon. What was the very first rock and roll concert you ever went to?
I just almost talked into my coffee. I was just, hey, it's an honest mistake. The first rock and roll concert was not impressive. I had oppressive parents who would not let me go to concerts, or I never went to many shows at all. So there was a band called 10 Years After. We played at Woodstock, and it was right after Woodstock, so it was pandemonium, and it was great, but it wasn't anything that changed my life. You know, my life was more changed. Back in those days, you didn't have video. You didn't have only the concert and the album. So by looking at pictures of Alice Cooper, that changed my life. Seeing pictures of these bands and going, shit, I want to do that, I want to do that. So, yeah, so 10 years after, sorry, this is something much more creative.
First show you got to go to yourself, like, when you got older?
The first show I saw myself when I got up, well, that was 10 years after. My parents didn't take me there. I didn't go to a lot of concerts.
Date. Tell them about your date.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the date. That's my tour manager over there, Danny. Well, this is, you don't have to keep standing, I mean, you can sit if you want. Because this is gonna, you get tired. But he wants to talk about this. Okay, so I went to see this one show. I think it was fucking 10 years after again. What the fuck is that? I bought tickets from a scalper, and he told me they were the best seats in the arena. Like a fucking moron, I believed him. So I asked out the hottest girl in school, because it wasn't 10 years, I had the hottest tickets to the hottest show. I asked the hottest girl, and she looked at me and said, oh fuck it, she's got good tickets. So she went with me, and we got there, and I proudly walked down to the floor. I showed my ticket to the usher, and he goes, and he points up, and I turned to her and said, first mezzanine, it's better because you can see over the heads of the people. So we went to the first mezz, and I showed tickets, and they go, well, that went on until we were in the top row of the fucking arena. The longest date of my life. I'm just like sweating and red, and she's just glaring at me. But from that, I did something. I remember sitting there going, does the band even know I'm alive? They're like ants on that stage. I squish your head, I squish your head. And so I used to, when Twisted played, back then I had really good eyes, And I would see some people up there in the top row rocking out. In the middle of the show, I would stop and go, you, up there, plaid shirt, dark brown hair, yeah, I see you go crazy up there. Bring that guy down to the stage. And security would go get him. And they'd bring him onto the stage. Do I want to rock with Twisted? They go, you have the worst fucking seats in the house? Now you got the best fucking seats in the house. And the crowd would go wild because everybody identified with that guy up in the top row, and it became like a regular thing because of the shitty tickets that guy sold me. But yeah, so don't trust scalpers. They're liars. They're liars.
Do you think that heavy metal can come back within the 80s and how can it do so?
80s metal? No, there's no going back. You never go back. It'll be reinvented and reimagined and romanticized, and that's cool. Younger people will listen to it and they'll interpret it their own way. And you see it with some bands like Black Veil Brides who are out there, and there are bands out there who are inspired by 80s bands. So you can't kill metal. Metal's a cockroach of music. It just will not go away. It's almost just to say fuck you to everybody else. So it'll inspire people, it'll inspire bands, but it will never be the same again. That was then and this is now.
Can you describe your feeling of being on Capitol Hill, defending "We're Not Going to Take It," to today having it sung at every sporting event and in every commercial?
That's bizarre. So what he's saying is, you heard that. Yeah, here, We're Not Going to Take It is on the Filthy 15. And I'm there defending the song for being violent, lyrically violent. And, going there and just, like I said, suffering through that, through my mail being checked, and my phones being tapped, and being the scourge of society at one point. And now, it's a rock and jock anthem. It's a karaoke favorite. And God bless it, I love it. It's like the time I got a call from my agents. They said, listen, the SpongeBob movie's coming out. They want to do I Want to Rock. I said, and there's a lot. I said, but there's a catch. What's the catch? They want to change the words to Goofy Goober Rock. Are you fucking kidding me? This is my fucking art. This is my, how much? Do they want me to sing it? So, time changes everything. It's amazing though to think back that it was actually a dangerous song. I told Marilyn Manson, I said, cheer up, motherfucker. In a few more years, I'm going to be people. What's in this coffee? Fantastic. You know what really fired from Twisted Sister for being too caffeinated? I never did drugs, I never drank. When I first joined the band, I'm in for only about a month in the band, and they call a band meeting, and I'm really excited. My first official band meeting with these cool guys, awesome. I show up at JJ's apartment, I sit down, and the other 4 guys are sitting across from me. I said, uh-oh. And they're like, dude, you gotta cut back on the caffeine. You're fucking killing us. Because I would drink like 4 pots of coffee before I got to rehearsal, so I said, all right, 3 is enough. Over there.
What was your experience on Celebrity Apprentice?
My experience on Celebrity Apprentice, I was on 3 seasons in different capacities. I was on first with John Rich for the finale, then I did a season, the season after that, and then I was on the All-Star Apprentices. And I always told them they did not inform the viewers just how brutal it was to be on that show. It was not easy. We were shooting 16 hours a day, 6 days a week, 3 episodes a week. And it was grueling, and the women were doing 20 hours a day, because the women would do hair and makeup. So now you figure you get to day 4, and you've had 16 hours of sleep in 4 days. And now you're in a wardroom with 18 people wearing a gown and suit jackets, and the lights are on, and they used to have to turn the AC off during the takes. Not to fuck with us, it's just too loud, it was so noisy. And people would just start coming apart at the seams. It was tough as fuck. you know. So when I got fired, well, I've been fired a couple of times, but when I got fired, I went on the Jimmy Fallon show, and Jimmy said, "So Dee, you got fired yesterday. How you feeling?" I said, "Well, Jimmy, I got fake fired from a fake job, so I'm only fake bumped out." But I did win $325,000 for the Orange Dimes, so that was very real and very cool. And the question is yours. They did good, no pressure.
I was at the panel in,
Oh, it's not his voice, it's the mic.
I was at the panel in
Okay.
and you told the story about when your wife read the script for Strangeland. My wife wasn't with me. I wanted her to hear that story.
It's a good one. So he saw me at a panel in Indianapolis, and please tell your friends, Dee gets a good panel. And that's a good panel. We were all happy at the end. Anyway, so he's asking me about when my wife read the script for Strangeland. Suzette has always been my first line of offense, defense, whatever. Whatever I'm doing, she gets to hear it first. And Suzette, as most of you women will agree, is always fucking right. Almost always right. And it sucks, guys, because I think you'll agree with me just how right our women are all the time. But she was wrong twice. Once, she didn't want to go out with me. That was 41 years ago. She really didn't want to go out with me, but I stalked like a wild animal. And the second time was, she didn't think We're Not Gonna Take It was a good song. Wrong, wrong. And I waved it like a flag. You were wrong twice, baby. Rubbing it in. Anyway, so I write the new script, revised script, after talking to Tom Savini for Strangeland. And I asked her, I said, just finish this, baby. Give it a read, let me know what you think. So I thought, call me out of this. She goes upstairs, and she comes down a couple hours later, and she's walking, she's got the script in her hand. And she goes, "You got something you want to tell me?" I said, "No, why?" She goes, "What the fuck is that?" Oh, she turned to Sam Kinison on me. Ow, ow, ow! Oh, my living wings! Oh, my living wings! I said, pretty good. I did say before, yeah, ow! So I'm like, holy shit, honey, that's my nightmares, not my dreams. And she stopped, she goes, what? I said, those are my nightmares. I said, I tried to think of the things that scare me the most, and I put them into the script. And she goes, all right, I get that. She calmed down. But yeah, so there was a moment of near divorce there, actually. But I've just written some new stuff, and I've got a new production company that's developing a few horror films right now. Including Strangeland sequel, lots of surprises for you. And I really lowered the bar on some of this new stuff. I mean, I had to dig a hole and drop the bar in to get it low enough. So, yeah, so she said she's not even going. So the last one she read, she said, I'm done. If you're telling me it's worse than the last one, I'm not going. So, anyway. Hey, thank you, everybody. So if you ever stop by, and we got a photo shoot at 4:30 as well. So
Another one, it's at 4:30, so don't miss out on that.
Me?
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Mike Lashley, Mr. Dee Snider from East Coast Horror Group.
Well, no. I agree.
What are you